for the YouTube, and immediately as I start recording, my camera turns off. But yeah, we're finishing off the Rite of Turnabout today. So yeah, we're finishing off the Rite of Turnabout. We have the last part of the trial. We have. I actually looked through this, and I don't think it would take us too long. Probably an hour and a half ish. So yeah, so it won't take us too long. So yeah, at the end of last trial, not last trial, the last part of the trial, the first part of the trial, whatever, the part we did on Friday, that we proposed, Phoenix proposed, that Maya, the spirit channel, terrorist in me, and so that is where we're gonna be starting off today. This is where we're gonna be starting off. Okay. So, sorry Maya, but this was the only way. You sure you're up for this? Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet. Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. Really? 30%? Because she always used the spirit channel for us. I know you can do it, Maya. At least I hope she can. So you sure you're ready? Yeah, at least I think so. You don't sound so confident. What about all your training? Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead. We are dead if she fails to channel it. Relax, Nick, you can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you never forget. Okay. Just hope it's unforgettable in a good way. Yeah, I hope it's unforgettable in the we win the case kind of way. And escape death again. Once we hear about Inmi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light. I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dry as all that. They're ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once. Okay, Maya, I'm counting on you. Why is it suddenly being weird now? It was being fine for like the first 10 minutes before stream, and now it's just dying. You got it. Here we go. Go. Let's go. Okay, mode 12. Hardcore Corrine. Let's go. We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Faye, please proceed. Okay. Yeah, Your Majesty. Okay. Let's go. Can't believe it. Only the Queen should channel spirits. Execute them. Put them to death. Right now. Chill the fuck out. Chill out, mate. Oh my god. Come on, Maya. I'm counting on you. I've been studying here in Corrine for 2 years now. So that one day I will be the master of Corrine, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom. Wow, she seems really confident. A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Yeah, we've seen it before though, Rafa. We've seen it before. I'm turning my amplifier up. Okay, Your Benevolence, how about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Very well, if you succeed. Oh, I will. Just you watch. I don't think I've ever seen her spirit channeling like process. Oh, spirit of terrorist in me, slumbering of whatever she said. Return now to the world of the living. I don't think we've actually seen the process of like how she channels spirits. It's just been like, oh, one of Maya's here, and then suddenly, oh, she's channeled a spirit. So yeah. I mean, we might have done we did kind of see it in Reunion and Turnabout, but not really. And my webcam is being a dickhead. What is this place? Oh my. And now this cannot be. Pokunka. It's the high priest. The accused really can channel spirits, and I'm trying to sort out my webcam. I don't believe it. The accused's spiritual power is the real deal. Go Maya. I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. Why is my webcam being so annoying? I must step out now before I forget myself. About me? Would this be the time? I've just realised the point in his name. Trust in me. Why is that sounding? Why are you doing this? Trust in me. Trust in me. I've just in. Why are you being annoying now? I hate this webcam sometimes. I need to get a new one. I need to get a new one at some point. Would this be the Twilight Realm? And what of this? Luxurious made of hair. Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service? About in me? But if it isn't His Majesty, have you two shuffled off that mortal coil? Please do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today. Why? Acolyte Faye has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling? This webcam man. I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks. It just does not like being. It's just not turning back on. It's just not turning back on. And it's just disconnected again. I'll have to do a test stream at some point. I'm trying to sort out this webcam man. When I pass on this wood, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair. Though it will be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for this splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit snug for my tastes, if you would excuse me. Why is my dad calling me every minute? Just sorting out the money for my driving lesson. There, that is better. Could we get to his testimony now? And I wish he kept his top on. Why? You are that foreign liar that people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here? My webcam refuses to turn back on. Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you've been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf? I have been accused of murder? That is troubling indeed. What's with that crazy pose? There we go, and I need to move my webcam back down. There we go. Fuck. Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with proper training. Oh, I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday. You know who won't be able to do that? Phoenix, because of his fucking back. And I may have to go webcamless because this webcam I cannot deal with. Let's go then. Will the defense please explain the situation to the high priest? I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Perezalot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification riot. and the crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum. Acolyte Zealot, he has been killed? Who would do such a thing? Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbott and me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Oh dear. That's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. Wow, the High Priest is amazing. To think he had mastered such an advanced prayer pose. He is still worthy of our veneration, whatever he said. Praise to be the Holy Mother. Praise to the Holy Mother. Oh my, have the rebel allegiances been exposed? No, even my wife knew of that. It seems to rest in peace. It's not my fate. Why did you, a devout priest of Coriolism, join the rebellion? The High Priest has come back to us, but for a brief time. What did he say? The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time, Defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions? Oh, right. Abbott and me, the prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who has been playing the role of Lady Kira in the riot. Being that I was dead until a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. Could you please do your best to remember? The High Priest says his memory is hazy. It is all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Sadmari concluded. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey. The High Priest's statements has proved my assertions with regard to his murder correct. No. But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own. An alibi? Seriously? It seems the testimony the defense has been hoping for is working against him. Now, Abbott Emmy, your testimony, if you please. Yeah, of course. Witness testimony time. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the riot, I was entertaining guests at my home. And I believe my guests can corroborate this. Who were your guests? Who the fuck were your guests? Your guests? Just past noon, that's right about the time Zealot was murdered. How would he know what time Zealot was murdered though? I feel like that is a bit suspicious. Are you sure about that? Oh no. Swear this fucking fuck up. Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafer told me about his spirit's memory. Our spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap of time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled. Yeah, it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Okay. Let's save at the moment. And I guess all we can do is like press his statements, I guess. I'm so tempted to go webcamless this entire stream. Press. Let's press that. You used the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Corine itself you wish to ridicule? Come on, everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means. We're not a bunch of country bumpkins here. We have plenty of courtroom dramas on TV. Peace, I say. Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement? Please don't take it the wrong way. It's just alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally. I assure you I know how to use the term. In fact, I'd even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, I'm not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. Welcome on in, Moneymaker. Welcome on in. And I haven't logged into Mix-Up. That's why the command isn't working. I can't believe I forgot to do that. Also, something else I forgot to do. Video essay of the week. I literally kept up this. I literally wrote on the board on Friday and I forgot to talk about it. Visage and PC, a retrospective. Matt KK, that is the video essay of the week. Yeah, that is a very cool video essay. Not gonna lie, I have been watching less and less video essays over the like past like month or two. That's probably because I couldn't be asked. I kept putting off video essays and stuff. Also, I started watching Orphan Black Echoes. I watched episode 1 this morning, and I don't know how to feel about it at this moment. So yeah, I'll get you up when I watch more episodes of it, because it's currently like, how many episodes of Orphan Black Echoes is there out? Let me see. Last time that I checked, there was like 10 episodes, but I know it's currently like ongoing series. Yeah, there's 10 episodes. Yeah, it's currently like ongoing series. It released like this year. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. It kind of doesn't really have the same vibe as the original series, but I don't know. I think I'll have to keep watching it. I'll have to keep watching it to actually get the vibe of it. And it's really warm in my room, so I don't know if my webcam will my webcam will continue to die during the stream. So I'm not sure if I should just go webcamless this entire stream or not. But yeah, it's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. Okay. Guests, and you were entertaining them personally? That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said he'd get his guests to corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. Sorry, it's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Though I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. I suppose his memory is cut off at the moment of death, and we're just going off what Rafa said again. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap of time between the moment of its death and the moment it's channeled. Yeah, it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Why my webcam is being so silly. There's nothing better than enjoying Gingyo cuisine with their friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Right. Okay, who were your guests? And who had something were your guests that day? Please don't tell me they were rebels so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than his majesty, along with his family. He couldn't attend the right due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second. Let me set the record straight. Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal about me. Lady Inmi's cooking simply can't be beat. So there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home? He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and when was Parade killed? Do we have an autopsy report on him? Because I cannot remember. Is it in his thing? That's how about Parade. No. Okay, I can't remember when he was killed. It's like afternoon. But I don't think there's ever a specific time he was killed. And why is it not? Okay, there we go. Seriously? Indeed, precisely the time period within which Acolyte Zealot was slain. Oh my god. Yeah, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Catching Them Out. But I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. And my webcam keeps setting up every 2 seconds, so I have to unplug it and just go webcamless. Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? As sure could be. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have actions can be admissible as evidence in court. His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let's put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. Yeah, sure. Except why would you have known the time of death, you know? How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you're using was off or you misread the time? There was a clock right near the table and it had the exact same time as my watch. Okay, so the time couldn't have been off. But how do you know the exact same time of the murder? Now do you understand, lawyer? Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna unplug my webcam and just go webcamless for the entire stream because I cannot be arsed with this webcam. And that's just not my ball. So yeah. I'm webcamless for the first time in a while. And whatever. As you can see, my alibi is tight. Yeah, sure. Oh, do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? His Majesty's a witness? Are you satisfied now? No. There's not a single discrepancy in Abbot Inmi's alibi. If I give up now, it's all over. Now hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with the High Priest's testimony? There is. There is a discrepancy in the High Priest's testimony. There is? Well, then perhaps you could explain what it might be. This is what is wrong with his testimony. He knew the time of the crime. After Abbot Inmi was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered. And why isn't the sound picking up for Apollo Justice? I have no idea. Now that you mention it, it's funny that you claim to have an alibi from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead when you were still alive. Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must have been imagining things. So tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? About that, open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Why, we've been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer. All who serve Her Holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their souls. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in, and purge your mind of greed and bias. I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed. You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it cannot make a contradiction disappear. What is it, Sanmari? What is it? How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Korinus prayer. Huh? Okay. Everyone in me was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? You never cease to amaze, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enables me to instantly learn anything unusual, even when I was not there. Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus. But come to think of it, when I was searching the rebel hideout, there's something under the banner. Oh yeah, the camera. A microphone. Oh, a microphone. What's this doing here? I thought it was a camera. I have horrible memory, so I thought it was a camera. Was someone trying to record something with it? That was a listening device. It starts recording whenever it detects movement. And I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you'll find the tape in question. Alright then. Bailiff. Yes, Your Majesty. Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home. At once, Your Majesty. The power of Korinus prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish. We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I'll ask Abbot Imi to continue with his testimony. Very well. We've got another testimony from Abbot Imi. Okay. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zella and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. Okay. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here. Oh shit, yeah, she's the one spirit channeling in me. She has a way of putting me at ease. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out. Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still a Korinist holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning lest you invoke the ire of our people. How dare he suspect the High Priest? May the Holy Mother strike him blind. As if this wasn't hard enough already. Next time, I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. Okay, cross-examination time. Okay, let's save. Let's save first. Options. Let me go into options. Save. And I guess again we can all we can do is press the statements. You're entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime. Indeed, my wife Belly was treating them to her wonderful cooking. Your wife was there that day? Why yes, she was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time. Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day. She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day. So the judge never saw Mrs. Enmy? Should I have Abbot Enmy add that statement to his testimony? Yeah, sure. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. My wife Belly was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. Okay, let's press that, I guess. What was your wife making that day? The menu that day featured Hatin soupes and Mel Tenmo. They are both traditional Korinese dishes. I can't even begin to imagine what those are. Ah, yeah. The exquisite zest of hatting, soupes, and the supreme texture of meltimar. Lady and me's cookings that day was utterly unforgettable. I needed to sneeze. Thank you, it brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left, when I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. You heard everything from a recording? Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret. Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone? Long years of aesthetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. Practicing Koreanism improves your hearing. Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened. Why the warbird over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear that? Give me a break. Give me a motherfucking break, man. Hold on. Are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Faye? I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye has an alibi that you can prove? I'm afraid not. Then I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up. Now I will continue my testimony if I may. After that there was a loud noise followed by a haunting silence. Let's press that. A loud noise? I'd say that's worth looking into. It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot. It must have felt so heavy. It must have been the sound of a stone slab falling over. Should I have him add that statement to his testimony? Yeah. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. I'll describe the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot. It must have felt so heavy. You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death? Yeah, the sound no doubt was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. Okay. I'd ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zoshure Matami Yoma. Zoshure Metama Yoma. Zoshure Metama whatever he said. I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zoshure Matami Yoma. Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now? Mr. Wright, do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight as can be. This isn't going well. I'd better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbott and me. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left? Yeah, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always has. No, it didn't. The thing crashed over though. And the victim's body? It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating. So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo? Yeah, I would say that is how it appeared that day. So the stone slab had been put back in its place. Okay. I'm checking this discard pic really quickly. Here we go. Mr. Wright. Is it not time to concede defeat? No way, I need just a little more time. If you insist. But you heard a loud crash, so let me see. And it must have felt very heavy. Yeah. What must have felt very heavy, you know? The fucking sun slab. About it, you said, and I quote, "Poor Zealot, it must have felt so heavy." But why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. Yeah, you know something. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the warbad statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say, sandals. Need I remind you about Imi was with his magistrate at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true, so he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed, something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation. I was just getting to that. Time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it from the real culprit. That's the only one of these that makes sense, because he heard it during the trial. No, he fucking did it, because, you know, he's dead and he wasn't spirit channeled at that time. You know, Maya was still with us, you know. He hadn't taken over Maya's body at that point. He inferred it after the fact. I doubt it. So I think he heard it from the real culprit. Is the real answer. He must have heard it from the victim. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer. The real killer? Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation. So tell us, who is the real killer? It's gonna be someone close to the High Priest, someone without an alibi. The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is... I think it's probably... I don't want to believe it's true, but believe in me. Your Majesty, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Mrs. Inmee at all, did you? No, I never saw her, but what does that have to do with anything? Did the High Priest ever leave your sight? No, we were talking the entire time, and the food was brought right to the room's entryway, so the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Mrs. Inmee might have killed Acolyte Zealot. Maybe. You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No, we can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inmee could have been the one posing as Lady Kira. Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. But do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot, though he was not a rebel? As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too. Are you suggesting that Mrs. Inmee killed her husband as well? As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out. What? You claim my wife is that rebel hunted Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself? My lovely wife? That is utterly impossible. Yeah, sure. I've never seen the High Priest so angry. It is as Abbot Inmee stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it. That's right, Mr. Right. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now. No, he can't do shit. He can't do shit. He's dead. He can't do fucking shit. Okay. No, I'm not going to apologize. Yeah, exactly. He can't do shit to us. Okay. Okay. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece to this trial's puzzle. Admit it, about me. Your wife, Lady Emmy killed you. Yet, even now, you continue to lie in an effort to protect her. How absurd! It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira, for we were blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother. I completely forgot about that. That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and acted like zealot was the accused. This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly? Fuck off, honestly. Fuck off, said Marty. You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you are as blessed as Lady Enemy. What? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power? Was he trying to say he wishes right to be pregnant? I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm so confused. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. What are you talking about? My good prosecutor, I see you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight. Then you have figured it out as well about me. May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil. Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how my affair is that murderous Lady Kira. Yeah, sure. Well, if it would assuage your anger, then by all means, please testify. Dun, 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 dun. Witness testimony time. I can like fate channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She's a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. But do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another. Indeed, I am a living, or shall I say dead, proof of her terrible power. Why are you studying that power? Your queen also has that power. Maya's ability to channel spirits. It has come back to haunt her. Now, is it not time to let it go and move on in defense? No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira? Options and save. Let's go. Wait, didn't Rafa say something? Didn't Rafa say you need both the face and the name? So what do I need to contradict this? Let's see. Yeah, so we have her true name, which is Imsan. But we don't know her face because it's covered up with a mask. So let's present that. The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira? Yeah, indeed. For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. About in me. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira. What nonsense! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain? This is why my client couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. Yeah, she doesn't have the face. She doesn't know her face even. Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel spirits. It can't be. Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira. Oh my. Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client has no motive to commit murder. But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper? Yeah, who is the other suspect? Who is this other suspect, if indeed there is one at all? Let's say the defense's brilliant deduction. Think. The true identity of Lady Kira is the key into solving both murders. I thought Mrs. Inmee was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Aribao is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with. Mr. Right, you have to look at that again. Look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is. This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. You do? Are you sure about that? Yeah, completely. I sense I may regret this, but please go on and explain. Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Praise a lot. The true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek. Praise a lot. What's this? The High Priest's murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Peace, I say peace. The defense will continue. Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left. But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim? Yeah, of course. I will have some in a moment, that is. At least I hope so. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mrs. Inmee or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zealot, and I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is... I didn't mean to put an automobile is... this, because it says only someone capable of entering the priest's home could have delivered it, and the only people that we know that could have entered the Tarras's home is obviously Tarras himself, Belly, Maya, and then Harazalot. So this is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira, Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd! What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor said Marty. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira, and the reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted. What is he talking about? That's just not possible. Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I'm saying. But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer and what was their motive? The only suspect is left is Mrs. Inmee, and there's only one possible motive. What if Mrs. Inmee is a rebel? What? Fiend, you're still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife? Blasphemer, you have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul. Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the plum punisher fiend that he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all the evidence linking her to the crime have been called into question. Was Lady Inmi a rebel, and did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zella? Or was Acolyte Zella a rebel and was the accused of Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely, but what are we to do now? The alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yeah, but what of it? What? So that's it? What? What's gone into him? What? What the bloody hell are you laughing at? Does it not fucking work or something? How about in me? Just what is so comical? I just not have batteries or something. Forgive my outburst. That simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the Plum Punisher clock, you say? Yeah. That alarm could not possibly have gone off. What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked. Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off? Wait, you don't mean... Indeed, we leave the alarm switched off at all times. Fuck's sake, man, oh my god. In that case, I am sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold water. Would you care to respond, Mr. Wright? This can't be happening. Not now. This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer. I need an opening, something I can raise an objection to. That Plum Punisher theme song of Acolyte Zella heard in its final moments. I too heard it by the way of the listening device. But did you really? If you had heard it, why didn't you testify to the fact before? Isn't it obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute. Yeah, the theme song came up before Abba Emi was channeled. Oh right, well, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off? Miserable wretch! That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven. If you check the clock, you'll see that the alarm is in fact switched off. Come to think of it. What a fine item. On this switch, if I'm right, it was switched off when we saw it. Rafa just switched it on. We set the switch back into the off position before we left. I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are actually in my mind. They went, added 5 minutes, by the way. Adaka dun 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 dun. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro? This trial has gone on far too long. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now? By all means, and let us also return Abbot Emi's spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife. Now hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty, yeah? The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence. It is? Still, you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames. You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with that statement about the taiko drum intro. I'm guessing all we can do is play this. This doesn't say anything about taiko drums, so maybe we have this be played? This is what's inconsistent with his statement. My client's Plum Punisher strap. What does that have to do with anything? It plays the Plum Punisher theme song, and here it is, the theme to the Plum Punisher Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. I know you cannot hear it, dun 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 dun, because I don't have the music on. I wish vital clues like this, you know, like this one, and that one puzzle in What case was it now? It's the one where Diane or whatever his name is was the actual killer. It was the one where Turnabout Serenade, that's the one. In Turnabout Serenade, I wish that puzzle and this one and this vital clue here were a part of the sound effects tab and not part, the sound effects tab instead of the music tab. Cause I want to stream it, but obviously I'm not gonna put the music on out of fear of copyright, right? So yeah, I don't want this one to take it down or whatever. So yeah, I don't want a DMCA strike against my account if there is a DMCA strike against my account. So yeah, if there's like a DMCA like thing with Aces and music, I don't know, but still, do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard in his final moments. Also, The Sims. They put in the Sims 4 added in a streamer only or streamer safe music, so I can't other games do that, The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plum Punisher theme song. I'm afraid I'm not following you. What was it if not the Plum Punisher theme? In his final moments, Acolyte Zella heard the Steel Samurai theme, because that sounds similar to the Plum Punisher theme, apparently. There are no techno drums in the intro of the Plum Punisher theme, so what Acolyte Zella actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai warrior of Near Old Tokyo. Peace, I say, Mr. Wright. What is the Steel Samurai of which you speak? The Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo is an action hero show from America. The grand old land of Japanifornia. And I did not read what he said. The Plum Punisher theme is a total rip. It's very similar to it. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. But the fact that Acolyte Zella heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in a secret hideout. Nuh-uh. Actually, no, you have it backwards. That's right, Miss Faye met an avid Plum Punisher fan here in Korean, and as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plum Punisher strap. Huh? And this avid Plum Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zella? Yeah. At a sight scene, by the way, and that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife, Believe in Me. Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? The outbreak is here. You're stretch, man. I might try and sort out. I'm gonna try and sort out the webcam tomorrow. For tomorrow's stream. Because I'm gonna start talking about Storyteller tomorrow. So I want it to be working there. If it's not gonna work properly, I'm gonna just keep it face camless maybe. Until I can get another one, a better one. So yeah, because I definitely need a better face cam. So yeah. And I should really pause the recordings when we're during an ad break because they're really just nothing burgers at this point. The ad is ending soon. And everyone should be coming back from the ad now. Welcome back. Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, and you're gonna break your rosary again at some point, I doubt she will tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face Her Holiness's wrath. Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance. I better take a deep breath and review the evidence. Oh, full fucking penalty, man. Oh my fucking god. Very well then, please present your evidence if you would, defense. The evidence that proves Mrs. Enemy was the one who killed Acolyte Zella is say. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Oh, she's wearing. Belly is wearing the Steel Samurai watch that Maya traded for. It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Mrs. Inmi and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters. A family photo? And what exactly should we be looking at here? The proof that they exchanged items featuring their favorite characters is right. Yeah. Oh, this is only one penalty point. Why is this not a full penalty like the other one was? Look at Mrs. Inmi's left wrist. And Tater, welcome on in. Welcome on in. How are you doing? How are you doing, Tater? How was your stream? I saw you were playing Phasmophobia. How was it? How was Phasmo? How was it? I was a stream. If you guys do not know me, I'm Poppy. Usually I have a face cam on, but today my webcam decided not to work, so we're going face camless. But yeah, I'm Poppy. I am a variety streamer. I currently have been streaming a lot of Ace Attorney for like the past year or so ish. So that's like the main thing you'll see here at the moment. But I do stream other things like The Sims and Sticky Business, and that's getting a DLC like either this week or next week, so I'll be streaming that as well. I'm also on a Minecraft SMP called Ozwork, and yeah, it was fun. Rip the webcam indeed, rip the webcam. I'll probably try and see if it actually works. I'll probably try and sort it out tomorrow. Before I stream tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow might be another webcamless stream, or I might need to get another webcam, cause my webcam, I got it for 15 quid off of Amazon, right, like last year. Yeah, and it does not do well in heat, and it has been quite warm in the UK at the moment, so yeah, hopefully it actually starts working again, but I don't know, I might have to get an actual decent camera, but yeah, anyways, we are playing through the Rite of Turnabout. We are on the last trial, and we are currently on the pursuit that Mrs. Inmi, aka Belly, was the actual murderer of not only her husband, terrorist. Wait, are we trying to get her convicted of terrorist murder? I know we're definitely trying to get her like a bit. She's like our number one suspect in Psssttt's murder, but I'm not sure if we're trying to get it to get us suspected of terrorist murder. I don't think we are. I don't know. I know we're definitely looking at Psssttt's murder at the moment, but I don't know about terrorist. I don't know. Look at Mrs. Inmi's left wrist. So to make him run lovely, I gotta run some errands. Oh, that's all good, Tater. That's all good. I shall see you around. Tater. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Yeah. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch. Yeah. Wow, I never knew your wife had such hobbies about me. This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zella was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap and Mrs. Inmi had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Inmi was wearing. I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were taiko drums was something else. My wife never had such a watch. It's the truth I tell you, you must believe me, your majesty. We have proof right fucking here. And also my sound for Apologistics is just not working in OBS. I can hear it. I can hear the Apologistics like sounds. But OBS is just not picking it the fuck up. Being undeceived by the defense's loyally chicanery. Now what? He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? There is a big gaping hole in his flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh no, I'm afraid it is there. Alright. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all. Says the dead lion walking. He who is narrow vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. For if it is, as you said, a lady in me, the rebel slew acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain. That means the high priest could have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Could not have been slain by the Yuga, I mean. How could I have missed that? Yeah, you fucking dumbass. So tell me, who are you going to say killed the high priest now? No. Phoenix is a fucking dumbass, man. How has he survived this long as a lawyer? Honestly, granted, he was disbarred for like what, 7, 8 years, cause he just accepted evidence of a 10-year-old trucy, right? He just randomly accepted evidence off of trucy, which is like, why would you accept evidence off of a random child you've just met? That is a little suspicious. That what got him fucking disbarred. He's a dumbass. Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that run in your putrid brain? I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the high priest's murder. You mindless zombie, you should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. I just need to think things through and figure out who really killed the high priest. Okay, we've got this thing, whatever it's called. If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the high priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Maya's testimony, maybe? The spring was stained red before the riot. Yeah. Oh right, Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the riot even began. The spring was already red before the high priest's murder because of Zealot's blood. The spring was stained red by Zealot's blood. That's right, Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the riot, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second, the high priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report it to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the high priest inform the authorities right then to keep the hideout hidden? He wanted to keep the hideout secret. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But by going through the riot, the high priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the riot? Did he want to set up the scene during it? He used the riot to cover things up. He wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning on concealing the source of blood in the spring? He used his own blood. Stain the spring with his own blood. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the high priest. It was Taros himself. Oh my god. Taros' death was a suicide. I can't believe it. The High Priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. The High Priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? What? What's this? Okay. The High Priest committed suicide? I've never heard anything more absurd. The lawyer had placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim that the High Priest took his own life, but have you considered who brought the dagger to the dance of devotion? After the High Priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused, Maya Faye, could have done that. It is as prosecutor Sadmari says. You claim to have a porous in its logic, and your evidence is too weak. You cannot prove that the High Priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout. Ugh. They're right, the dagger was impaled in Zealot's body, but his body had been placed at the plaza the previous day. Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the riot. But what if the dagger was also already in him at the time? The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. Taras died by another weapon. Of course, that's it. What is it? There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the riot. What? So that means... What does that mean? It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life. But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion. Show us where you believe the real murder weapon to be. The real weapon? I've got nothing, but I know there had to have been a weapon there. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need. Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is? This is what really killed the High Priest. The Warbad statue. What really killed him has been at the inner sanctum all this time, and its lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right, it was the Warbad statue. And he snapped his rosary again. Paul Kunka. You believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives? Would you care to chime in about it? No, he lies. Pay him no heed. Why it's... Belib. Lady Immi. Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough? Belib, no. Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. Please, Abbot Immi, let your wife speak. Now, Lady Immi, please continue if you would. What is it? It's that time again. And what time would that be? 2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers, and the time Pare was slain. Yeah? She knows the time. She's actually the one that killed Pare's lot. That sound, it's the Steel Samurai alarm. We got near it. I too like to pray at the same time as my dear husband, so I set an alarm to remind me each day, but I had no idea it would come to this. No, stop. She knows not what she speaks. Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot. isn't true culprit freakout time. This is husband of the true culprit freakout time. But technically true culprit because he killed himself. About inmate. Bailiff, summon a physician at once. Yeah, for Maya's body. Is he gone? The physician is now attending the high priest, so there is no need to fear. Now let us continue. And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Mrs. Inmate, will you tell us everything you know? The truth is, I'm a rebel just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dax's escape. And that's when Acolyte Zelda suddenly appeared? Yeah. Hooray was shocked when he saw me there. Acolyte Zelda did not know you were a rebel? I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout. And then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Inmate. So the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Hooray a lot? Yeah, he was a member of the secret police serving directly under the Minister of Justice. Oh, that makes so much sense. The secret police? This is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal as rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve. So I'd watch it if I were you. The secret police. Because you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dudes. His secret weapon was the secret police. The trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira. No, this can't be. My father would never. This must be a ball out of the blue for Rafer. This explains why Acolyte Zelda abandoned his real name. Yeah. Even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Coriolis clergy members receive. Lady Kira was a member of the secret police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. Because I'm now alone in hearing this for the first time. But this cannot be. I feel so bad for Rafer. Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder? Peace. Now, Lady Inmate, please continue. Hooray suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur. Allow me to take it from here. About Inmate, are you sure you're alright now? I'm sorry you had to see that, but you need not worry about me. I am already dead. Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life. After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zelot, I chewed his body with snow to make it seem as if he died more recently than he did. Then I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything that was wrong until the rite had concluded. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time after all. So you admit you tried to pin this crime on my affair? Yeah, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of my plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me. Oh my god. How did you get Mrs. Faye's fingerprints on the dagger? I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before, and right before the rite I drugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the warbird statue. That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the rite started. Finally, I ended my own life, to ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the ropes, taking them with me as I fell onto the ground. How terrible. What possessed you to do such a thing? You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. Hello, Taxman63. This isn't Tears. Yeah, it isn't Tears. Welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing, Taxman? Prosecutor Sanmade. New Twitch. Yeah. Howdy. Hello. Yep, she raided me about 20 minutes ago. So you've been gone quite a while. Was just cleaning and making some gnomes. Fair enough. Fair fucking enough, man. Prosecutor Sanmade. As one well versed in our kingdom's legal system, I'd expect you of all people to understand what we're playing. Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, specifically Spirit Justice in the trilogy version. Ace Attorney? Yes, Ace Attorney. We are on the third case of Spirit Justice. So yeah, this is called the Right of Turnabout. Alright, yeah. Understand what? This kingdom's legal system. Missy, I'll let you focus. Alright. Mrs. in these crimes, your suicides. To be fair, to your life stuff, I will do. To be fair, we are at like pretty much the end of this trial and at the end of this case. We are so close to the end of it. Thank you for the follow, Taxman. Thank you for the follow. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad. Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks. Yeah, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. Dirk's Law Book, maybe. We haven't used that yet. The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inmee's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Faye. I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide. In Quran, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest went to frame Miss Faye as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments. The lawyer speaks true. That's why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the warband statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Faye was the rebel hunting Lady Kira. But are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence? That he did. That he fucking did. Forgive me, your benevolence. I wonder how many other people, in Quran, have thought this? Have thought of, using the divination seance as false evidence. And because, there hasn't really been a defense lawyer before Wright came, for 20 years before Wright came along, then how many people got wrongly convicted and got wrongly executed because, the death penalty is the punishment for murder in Quran. How many people have been proven guilty and executed, but they were actually innocent the whole time? Like, Maya would have definitely been executed and found guilty, and she was found guilty in the first trial, but now we're kind of reversing that verdict. But Maya would have been found guilty and would have been executed if we weren't here to defend her. And also there's a lot of circumstantial evidence as well, such as circumstantial, stuff that happened that made us, that pushed the execution date back, such as Perez Alot's murder, the big one, because literally one of the bailiffs came in and was like, Perez Alot has just been murdered, and yeah, everyone was like, it's Maya, but then we were like, no, it's not Maya, and yeah, we defended her, and yeah, I wonder how many people have died when they were actually innocent, but it was the only way to help my lovely wife. If you had approached me at first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense. Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers despite being a rebel. Has he have his rosary again despite snapping it earlier? Does he have like an infinite number of rosaries just in his pocket? How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yeah, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man. This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom has all been... Poor Rafa. She's really taking this hard. But I can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, think of it. She's a 14-year-old princess of crime, right? And her divination sentences are the main piece of evidence used to convict criminals, right? To convict people, right? But then you find out that the now dead ex-priest, the now dead ex-high priest, you saw an opportunity and attempted to use the divination seance as false evidence in convicting an innocent person who came here to Quran 2 years ago just to simply practice her spirit training, her training to then become the next master of Quran village. Crazy. Mr. Phoenix, right? It is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. What I have done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble apologies. Your Majesty. Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence. It is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of parting, if you please. Very well. Your benevolence. Please allow me the honor. Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way. Mrs. Inmee. Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love. But now you can watch over me from the world beyond. Yeah, always and forever. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. I'm not gonna lie, that looked very goofy. That bit of just Belly and Taros in the void, that looked slightly goofy. Sending him on his way. And now we should have our Maya back. Farewell, my darling Taros. I can't get over how just ever so slightly goofy that all looked, that animation looked. The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm. Maya. I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh, what about the trial, Nick? It's over. It was a sad reality born of love and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act. Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say? Mr. Phoenix, right? I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday. Now, to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare that the accused, Maya Faye, and her defense, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Ooh. Ooh. love this little animation sequence for the butterflies. So I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair. Yeah, he even forced the high priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife. It's just so sad. Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. Oh no, Rafa, I feel bad for her. Your benevolence. Huh? What? I was just wondering, are you alright? Quiet you, how could I possibly be alright? Yeah, she's not doing well at all. Who do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insights underfoot and plunging the whole justice into utter chaos. You even desecrated my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel. Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual. What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with a victim's mitima would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insights, it was revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth. I'm left with that heavy truth in my heart. I'm sorry, Rafa. Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the mitima. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. What? Oh, it's Maya. Maya? How dare you? Your role is to bring forth the voices of the mitima into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Faye. It was spirit channeling, not divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art? Well, what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke, the royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider? Don't be so hard on yourself. Why not? Is it worth at least a laugh or two? You shouldn't talk like that, huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of royal priestess is not something to abandon lightly. And we've got to remember, right, that Maya has been doing this spirit channeling stuff for like 10, 11 years, because she was like, what, 17 back when we first met her in Tune About Sisters. She's been doing this spirit channeling stuff like a while, right? Like yeah, 10, 11 years, like a solid, I don't know what percentage what it would be, but like it's getting close to like half her life at this point. Like a good chunk of her life, she has been building her spiritual energy. She has been building her spiritual energy and doing the spirit channeling stuff, right? But with Rafa, may I remind you, Rafa is 14. Maya has been doing this for the majority of Rafa's life, right? While I don't know how long Rafa has been doing the spirit, how long she's been doing the divination seances, but it's not gonna be as long as Maya's been doing it. So of course Maya has more spiritual prowess than Rafa, right? The station of royal priestess. The people of your kingdom believe in you, but if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak. Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me. A future queen and a future village master? I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence. Bobhead? Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in ensuring that justice was served. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all. But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task. Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable. I've never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. Ooh, what was that? What was that? It came from the hallway. Smoke, we better go check it out, hurry. Mrs. Amy, Mr. Wright, Acolyte Faye, I'm so sorry for what transpired. You're almost sentenced to death because of me. Huh? I'll make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. For that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband. Lady in me, we've got to hurry. That voice, is that Mr. Aribal? I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a fake one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under that old Just DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the Lord judges all of us fairly. Let's sneeze. I needed to sneeze. PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time. Dirk? There he is. That's Dirk. Wait, was that the rebel leader Dirk? After him. Don't let him get away. The power to forge a society in which the Lord judges all of us fairly is the start of a legal revolution. Hey Nick, hate to bother you while you're lost in thought, but I just got this great idea. What is it? The Steel Samurai vs. the Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make for another awesome TV show. And if we threw the Plum Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it. I never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. And that is the end of the Rite of Turnabout. Our next case, which we shall be starting tomorrow, will be Turnabout Storyteller. And yeah, that is one of the, I think that's one of the short cases actually, because from it looks like it has 2 parts to it. So we could get that done in like what, 2 streams? We could get that done tomorrow and Wednesday. It's literally just a trial Turnabout Storyteller. So yeah, we can start that tomorrow. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's the end of the stream. For now, I think we're gonna maybe raid out. So I'm gonna look for someone to raid. And I'm gonna go raid. I'm gonna go raid Tanga. Let's go raid Tanga, who is playing a bit of Battlefield 2042. So yeah, let's go raid over to Tanga. Let's raid Tanga Baleora. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. All my socials are in the About Me section and in the commands on Twitch. Though the commands do not work if I do not have Mixup open. So the commands will only work during stream when I have Mixer open and I'm logged into it. But yeah, they should be in the About Me section regardless of Twitch, and they will be in the description on YouTube. I hope you have enjoyed this stream, and I shall see you guys tomorrow for some Turnabout Storyteller? Yeah, Turnabout Storyteller. And from the looks of it, from the looks of this case, I think we're playing as Athena against Prosecutor Black. Oh wait. Oh no, we have Prosecutor Black was the witness actually, according to Striking Wicked. And the prosecutor is Sadmadi. So yeah, it's Athena versus Sadmadi. We haven't had a case with Athena against again. We had a case with Athena against Sadmadi. We've had one with Apollo against Sadmadi, and one with Phoenix against Sadmadi. So I wonder what Athena's and Sadmadi's kind of relationship will be like. So yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, shall see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. BST GMT +1. So yeah, bye guys. Bye.